What's up, guys? Happy Saturday, April 27th. We're going to go over some MLB games for today. Don't forget, there's a big series in Mexico City. The Astros and the Rockies are going at it. High elevation. Last year, we've seen 15 home runs in 2 games. Hoping for a good series. Hopefully, we see a lot of home runs again. Should be fun. That game is later on in the afternoon. So without further ado, let's get into the first game we're going to look. All right, first game up is the Dodgers at Toronto in Rogers Center facing the Blue Jays. Yesterday we had Dodgers in the over. Dodgers hit the over on their own. Now you got Tyler Glasnow going against Yusei Kikuchi, and I still can't get off this fact that this Dodgers team is just I don't know, just much better in my opinion than this Blue Jays team. The Blue Jays do limit strikeouts. That's the one thing that Glasnow might struggle with. But he had 10 strikeouts versus the Mets. The Mets don't strike out a lot either in his last game. He went 8 innings, pitched 101 pitches, 10 strikeouts, no earned runs. So Dodgers ended up winning that game 10-0. Now you get Yusei Kikuchi on the other side, 4 strikeouts in 6 innings, gave up a home run, 2 earned runs. That was a win, but still nothing spectacular as far as him. If you look at these guys versus in their last 5 games, the Dodgers are hitting 256 versus lefties. Blue Jays are still around that 200 mark versus righties. Bullpen should be fairly rested considering the blowout. Neither one really had to use many guys from the bullpen yesterday. I don't know, man. Shohei Ohtani has 3 home runs in his career off of Kikuchi. Let's see, 3 home runs, batting 300. Teoscar Hernandez has a home run, batting 545. Max Muncy has a home run. So we could see a few go out of the park. It is a total for some reason. It's kind of interesting to see this total around 8. So, and it's juiced to the under actually, but I think I still got to stick with the Dodgers in this one. It's a very square pick, but I just don't think the Jays have enough to get it. I think Glasnow's a good pitcher. I mean, his expected numbers are good. I don't expect a lot of regression right now from him. He's striking out 30.6% of guys and only walking 6.3%. So Yusei Kikuchi has been solid on the other side, but I just think the Dodgers can power through this one. Shohei Ohtani hit a home run in the first inning. He was being booed by Blue Jays fans. This lineup is potent, and just on the other side, I still like Dalton Varsho. If I was going to take somebody to hit a home run, it would probably be Dalton Varsho again. He's just my most trusted guy. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. does have a home run in, I think, 8 at-bats versus Glasnow. He's batting 375 off him in his career, but other than that, no Blue Jays really have ever got to Glasnow when he was with the Rays. So I don't know. I don't mind Varsho. He's just the most consistent. But I rambled on enough of this game, but a square pick. I mean, I just got to stick with the Dodgers. I wouldn't even blame you if you wanted to lay the run line instead of laying juice. Dodgers -1.5 at PlusMoney. I just don't like the Blue Jays. I wanted to get there today. I just don't think so with Glasnow. If they couldn't win yesterday, I don't think they're going to win this one. So give me the Dodgers. All right, next we go to Baltimore, where the Orioles host the Athletics. And yesterday, the Orioles, what a letdown that was. I was kind of surprised they ended up losing that game in extra innings. Brent Rooker hit 2 doubles in that game, and Mason Miller once again got the save. He's been absolutely electric. This A's bullpen is solid. My concern here is they're going up against the lefty, Jake Irvin. JP Sears on the other side has been solid for the A's, and I actually like to bet him I like to bet this A's team when he's pitching. But the A's versus lefties is the concern. They're hitting at a 158 average over the last 5 games. We've seen them struggle versus the Yankees against Carlos Rodon. They went 8 innings without hitting anything, and then they hit a 2-run home run, which I think came off the righty, one of the righty relievers in that one. So, and then you got the Orioles hitting 326 versus left-handed pitching. So there's a pretty big difference as far as, how these teams are hitting each other. I do like JP Sears. I think he's a solid pitcher, but I could see the Orioles getting to him. It's hard to go with after they let us down yesterday, but I could see them bouncing back. I'm just going to take the Orioles in the first 5 to be leading. I could see the A's getting this game done later on in the game, but I think the Orioles could possibly put up one 1 run versus JP Sears. Just be up, even if they're up 1-0 after 5 innings, that's still good. I don't love Cole Irvin's expected numbers, and his strikeout percentage is not the highest, so it's not my favorite guy. I just don't like how the A's are hitting lefties. They're just struggling. Other than Brent Rooker, I don't see a lot of offense coming in this game, but on the other side, you got Gunnar Henderson, Jordan Westberg, Ryan O'Hearn, Colton Cowser, all have huge numbers. Ryan Mountcastle, 2 home runs and 10 at-bats versus JP Sears. Adley Rutschman has a home run in 7 at-bats, and then Brent Rooker on the other side has a home run and 3 at-bats. So if I was going to take any guys from the A's, it would be Brent Rooker for a home run. But I got to take the Orioles in the first 5 innings, -0.5. I just think they bounced back from yesterday's game. I like the Athletics, honestly. They're actually a good team this year. They got a good bullpen. But I think they probably get this one. This is a hard pick for me, honestly. I think they kind of bounce back and get to – they just hit lefties well. So that's kind of what I'm basing this on. It's just the struggle with the A's versus lefties and the Orioles, how they hit lefties. So I'm just hoping the Orioles can take the lead after the first 5 innings, and that's it. All right, next we're going to Citi Field where the Mets host the Cardinals. Sonny Gray going for the Cardinals, and then you got Adrian Hauser on the other side. When you look at Sonny Gray's expected numbers, man, his expected batting average is 188, expected slugging 274. So, and his K rate is 36% with a walk rate of 1.6%. Absolutely amazing numbers from Sonny Gray. He's been solid. The Cardinals have had very low scoring games and won when he's pitching. Adrian Hauser on the other side, his expected batting average 262 and his slugging is 448. His K rate's low and his walk rate's high, so definitely not what you want to see. I got to take the Cardinals in this one. Although yesterday the Mets, DJ Stewart was out of the lineup, that made me like the Mets a little less, and then the Mets couldn't do anything. But I think Sonny Gray can get some strikeouts in this one, can limit the damage, and this Cardinals bullpen is solid. So I think the Cardinals get another one here. It wouldn't surprise me if the Mets struggle again. I could see another low-scoring game, though. We've seen 2-0, 3-1, 3-0. So the 3 starts that Sonny Gray's had this season, there's been like 4 runs or less scored in those whole games. So I could see another low-scoring game, but I got to take the Cardinals. A much better bullpen in this one. All right, next we're going up to Texas Rangers and the Cincinnati Reds. I was wrong about this game yesterday. I thought both teams could score 3 runs on those pitchers. It wasn't even close. It was 2-1. Ellie De La Cruz stole home base for the only run that the Cardinals got. So, and now you got Hunter Green going for the Reds, and then you got Michael Lorenzen going for Texas. I don't really love Michael Lorenzen, but he was pretty good in his last outing. He had 7 strikeouts in 6 innings. He gave up a home run. The Texas did provide him some run support. They ended up winning that game 6-4. Whereas Hunter Green has not had a good start to the season. He's got good strikeout numbers. He's got good expected numbers, but he just gives up lots of. He can give up walks, and he just seems to give up hits that end up turning into runs. He just hasn't had the greatest start. I think I just got to go with Texas in this one. The Rangers on the money line in this one. I think maybe we see a little bit more higher scoring game than yesterday, but I don't know if Cincinnati can pull this one off. I think the Rangers probably get this one done again. All right, next we go to Miami, where the Marlins are hosting the Nationals. Yesterday I was going to take the Nationals, but it looked like they switched the pitchers at the last minute, so I stayed off that one. But the Nationals ended up getting it done. Now they face a lefty in Parker, Mitchell Parker, and then Edward Cabrera on our side. Edward Cabrera is a solid pitcher for Miami. Mitchell Parker has been solid for the Nationals. Miami's struggling versus left-handed pitching, hitting like a 180 versus lefties. Nationals hitting 226 versus righties. I think this game starts slow. I'm going to go with the no-run first inning here. I also lean to the Nationals money line, but no-run first inning. The Nationals are one of the top no-run first innings teams. They're 17-8 to the no-run first inning, 16-8 no-run first inning when they are underdogs, which they are today. The Miami Marlins 18-9 no-run first inning. So minus 130 or so. I understand why it's juiced. I think this game starts off a little bit slower. We see a no-run first inning. I still don't trust this Marlins bullpen. So I would take the Nationals if I was going to pick a side at plus money, but I think I like the North most. All right, this Red Sox Cubs game. Look, I don't love this. It looks like it's going to be a bullpen game for both sides. Nothing is for sure confirmed, but it might be this young kid Brent Brown. He's actually been pretty solid. 3.72 ERA over 19.1 innings pitched, 18 strikeouts, 1.03 WHIP. The Cubs bullpen, there's got some guys in this Cubs bullpen that kind of concern me, but the Cubs have made me so much money, so it's hard to go against them. I could see the Red Sox bouncing back after a sluggish day yesterday. They got Tyler O'Neill back. He hit a home run. I honestly can't get to one side or another. Right now, I lean to the Red Sox. I'm probably not betting this game just because I don't like betting bullpen games, especially when they're bullpen games on both sides. I lean to the Red Sox, but the Cubs made me so much money. It's hard to get off them right now. They've been so hot. Patrick Wisdom's back for the Cubs, so I don't love this game, so I just don't really want to spend too much time. All right, next up, we go to the Mexico City series, the Rockies and the Astros. This game is being played in the Mexico City. High elevation. It's like 7,300 feet above sea level, which is 2,200 feet higher than Coors Field is. We've seen the Rockies and Padres have 19 runs that last game in Coors Field. I could see lots of runs being scored. I think you got to kind of take the pitching, recent data kind of out of the window because this is going to be a little bit different ball game. You got Blanco, who's been fairly solid this season. His decent strikeout numbers. I think that the Rockies strike out about 25th most in the they're ranked 25th in the MLB as far as strikeout rate. It's 26th, I think. They strike out about 26% of the time this season. Over the last few games, it's about 20%. So getting a little bit better. This I think lots of hits are going to be in this game. I think we see some home runs. The total's set at 16. The Astros being heavy favorites. I mean, it is because of the pitching. Obviously, you got Cal Quantrill going on the other side. He doesn't get a ton of strikeouts. His last outing, 6 innings pitched, 4 strikeouts, no earned runs, but he had 5 walks. So if he's going to if he's going to walk guys in a potentially, amazingly hitter-friendly environment, I could see lots of runs getting put up. The Astros have still only won 7 games this season, same as the Rockies. They both have the same record. Do I want to lay a run line with the Astros and minus 160 on minus 1.5? Absolutely not. Do I want to lay Astros money line? Absolutely not. I mean, I absolutely hate it, but I got to take the Rockies plus 1.5 at plus money. Like anything can happen in this game. It's a really hard game to handicap in a way because you don't know what's going to happen. Like Ronald Blanco could go there. He threw a no-hitter this season. He could go there and get in the first inning, give up 10 runs. You just don't know when it comes to these series. Last season, we've seen 37 runs plated, 15 home runs over a 2-game series between the Giants and the Padres. Now you got 2 teams who can hit home runs. You got, for the Rockies, you got guys like Ryan McMahon, Ezekiel Tovar, Elharis Montero. So, I mean, pretty much Elias Diaz. And then on the Astros side, obviously, you got Yordan Alvarez, Alex Bregman, Jose Altuve, Jeremy Pena. Lots of good names that can hit. These 2 teams do still rank pretty low, close to the bottom as far as isolated power, but that could obviously change in this game. I think we see some home runs. Yanier Diaz probably hits one. Jose Altuve probably hits one. I could see Alvarez hitting one. Maybe Kyle Tucker gets one too. As far as on the Rockies side, Elias Diaz, Ryan McMahon, Ezekiel Tovar, maybe even Elharis Montero, Brenton Doyle. There's so many. This could be a crazy game, honestly. And I could be wrong about this, but I got to go with, it's the overs at 16. I wouldn't be surprised to see it get there. The Astros do still have not the greatest bullpen. They've given up 13 home runs, 5.13 ERA, a 1.44 WHIP. The Rockies, 4.68 ERA, 1.52 WHIP, giving up 10 home runs. So I could see these starters getting pulled fairly early, and the bullpen's coming in, giving up some home runs as well. So in a game that I have literally can't pick, I got to take the plus money with the Rockies because they could win this game outright, and they could dominate. Who knows? This is a really hard game to handicap, but I mean, I'm not laying minus I'm not laying heavy juice with the Astros -1.5, who have 6-7 wins on it in 26 games. It's not happening. So until we see how this game shapes out, it might be a little different story tomorrow. But right now, I got to go with the Rockies, man. And I mean, I kind of want to take the over, but everybody and their mom is going to, anybody and their dog is going to be betting the over. So I don't really love being on a super public play, but people are probably going to be betting Astros run line and the over in this game. It's going to be the most bet thing. So Rockies +1.5 for me. If I get owned, I get owned, but I'm just not laying the juice with the Astros. All right, next game up, Tigers-Royals, Casey Mize and Brady Singer going. The Royals had a 1-0 lead going into the 9th inning, and then they just unloaded for 7 runs, ended up winning 8-0 yesterday. So, I mean, I got to go back to the Royals. I lean to the Royals in the money line. This is a tough one for me. The Royals are still hitting 235 or so versus righties. The Tigers hitting 204. I actually don't mind Brady Singer other than the fact that he's given up home runs in 4 straight starts. Casey Mize on the other side has been decent, but Brady Singer's last start wasn't good. I don't know which Brady Singer we're going to see in this one. Potentially maybe a Nerfy. We've seen the Nerfy yesterday. Another slow start maybe in this one. Kansas City on the road averaging 0.20 runs per first inning, so that number drops. They're top five overall, but when they go on the road, their numbers drop in the first inning. They score very few runs in the first inning on the road so far. Detroit at home is pretty much the same numbers, so I could see this one starting slow again. As far as the weather goes, what do we got here? Where is it? Winds blowing in 14 miles an hour. Nicer, warmer temperatures like we seen yesterday afternoon. Total set at 8. So I do lean to the Nerfy in this one. Not my favorite game. If I was going to pick a side, be forced to pick a side right now, I'd take the Royals. But all right, next game up, Rays White Sox. White Sox got a 9-4 win yesterday. I think they signed Trent Grisham and he hit a home run or something. Or maybe that was I don't know. I'm thinking of somebody else. Either way, when you look at this White Sox team versus Aaron Savale, you got Benintendi, who has a home run off him. Grossman has a home run. Eloy Jimenez, 2 home runs and 13 at-bats. So the White Sox actually have gotten to Savale before. This Rays bullpen still one of the worst in the league as far as ERA. They've given up 18 home runs in their bullpen. I think that's the league most now. Don't love this Rays team, honestly, and I don't want to lay a run line with them. So, I mean, I would take the White Sox as a value play alone. You got Jonathan Cannon going on the other side. Not my favorite pitcher, but, I mean, he could get some strikeouts. I kind of just want to take the over and root for some runs again in this one. Both bullpens are not the greatest, but as a value play, I would take the White Sox. Don't love it. Not my favorite game. All right, next game up, Brewers-Yankees. Carlos Rodon, the lefty going here against Joe Ross, the righty. When you look at the Brewers versus left-handed pitching, their last 5 games hitting 146, pretty bad. The Yankees hitting 225 versus righties over the last 5 games. Yesterday, the Yankees blew the lead later on in the game, and the Brewers ended up winning it in extra innings. So I don't know. This is a tough one. The Brewers have still won 7 in the last 10 meetings, 6-4 to the over. I mean, Carlos Rodon, he only did have 4 strikeouts in 7 innings versus the Oakland Athletics. He did give up only 1 hit, but only 4 strikeouts versus an Athletics team that strikes out and struggles versus lefties. It's kind of not the greatest, obviously. Joe Ross, 4 strikeouts in 5 1/3 innings, giving up 1 earned run, which I think was a solo home run in his last outing. You know, he's not going to get you a ton of strikeouts. He's probably only going to go 5 innings. But he probably can keep you somewhat close in this game. In my opinion, I think, and looking at these bullpens, pretty even. Both have ERAs at about 2.6. Whips are right around, 1.1 kind of thing. 10 home runs given up for the Brewers bullpen, 7 for the Yankees. Yankees, our money line is like -130, -140 at some places. So I think I would just, if I was going to take the Brewers +1.5, you pretty much laying the same juice and getting that insurance. The Brewers at home can open up at any time. So in case it becomes a 1-run game, I think I would take the Brewers +1.5. I don't really want to lay the juice with the Yankees again after losing. They lost it yesterday. So, I mean, I kind of want to just take the insurance run. This is not my favorite game. Again, just due to some of the pitching matchups and Brewers' recent struggles versus lefties. But I can see Brewers winning this game outright. So the +1.5 at pretty close to the juice that you're laying with the Yankees is kind of a little bit better in my opinion to take than to lay the juice with the Yankees. The Brewers are still, if you're looking at like when they're underdogs around this price, they're 8-1 this year as these type of underdogs. So I don't know. The Yankees are 11-7 favorites. I don't know. I think the Brewers +1.5, even though it's not a good bet, it's not a smart bet in a way because you're laying odds with it, but just the insurance, I'd probably use it as a parlay piece if I was going to. Again, like I said, not my favorite game. I'd rather take the Blue. If I was just betting straight up on one side, I would take the Brewers on the money line or the Yankees in this one. All right, next game up, go to Truist Park with the Braves Guardians. Guardians couldn't get 3 runs for us yesterday. I had the both teams to score 3 runs. Braves got it, 6 runs. Guardians couldn't get 3. So now they face Charlie Morton, who pitches way better in Atlanta. He pitched solid against Texas. He didn't have a ton of strikeouts, but he didn't give up any home runs. 2 earned runs, 4 hits. Braves ended up winning that 5-2. He's pitched against the Mets in the game that he wasn't the greatest in. I could see Cleveland potentially getting a bounce back. Tanner Bivey has been solid. He has fixed some pretty weak lineups, though. So Oakland Athletics, Minnesota, the White Sox, the Red Sox. That's my only concern here. I think the Braves win this game again. If I was going to take Cleveland, it would be the +1.5. But I don't know. I think the Braves get another win here. Charlie Morton he pitches way better at Truist Park than he does on the road. Last 5 games, both these teams hitting 240-ish versus around righty versus righties. The Guardians bullpen is way more taxed than the Braves bullpen is. Even though the Guardians have a good bullpen, they can still, with it being taxed, this kind of problem. And then you got guys like Marcelo Zuna that's absolutely continues to rake. 7 home runs, batting .333. Orlando Arcia starting to get going. He's got .349 average versus righties. So I think Tanner Bibee could be in a little bit of trouble here. So I got to go with the Braves. I know it's not a very good play. They're high juiced. I probably wouldn't bet them straight. If I was going to bet a straight bet, I would take the Guardians +1.5 probably, but I don't think I can get there with Bibee. I don't know if I can trust him against a really lethal Braves team. The Braves are 10-3 at home to start the season. 10-3 is home favorites. So, the Guardians have won all of Tanner Bibee's starts, and they are 10-4 on the road. I just don't know if they're going to get to Morton enough to do enough damage to get it done. I could see this game getting over at some point, but we only seen 8 runs yesterday. What's the total at? 8.5? Yeah, if it was at 8, I would probably lean to the over just because I could see Bibee getting of some, and then I could see the Guardians putting up a couple on their own, but I just got to go Braves. All right, going to Petco Park where the Padres host the Phillies again for Game 2 of this series. Ranger Suarez, the lefty, going against Dylan Cease, the righty. Ranger Suarez hasn't given up an earned run in over 22 innings now. He shut out the Cincinnati Reds, the Rockies. He only gave there was only 1 run scored in that Phillies Pirates game, 2 runs scored in the Phillies Nationals game. He's gotten the win in 5 straight starts this season. He's only given up 2 home runs. He hasn't given up a home run in 3 games. His strikeout numbers have been solid. Then you got Dylan Cease on the other side. Again, strikeout numbers have been solid. He's kind of struggled. He's got some run support in most of these games. He had faced the Rockies, had 8 strikeouts in 7 innings, gave up 1 earned run. So I think this game starts off slow. We're seeing a lower total, I think, for a reason. It's set at 7. I wouldn't be surprised if this game starts off a little bit slower. I could see the Philly bullpen potentially getting hit later on in this game. I mean, we're basically a pick on the Phillies being slight underdogs now. This is kind of tough. I mean, do we go with the Phillies in the first 5 again? Phillies full game? I don't know. Phillies first 5. Maybe the no-run first inning in this one. The Phillies have still won 8 of the last 10 meetings. They're 8-2 to the over. We've seen another over hit yesterday with 12 runs being scored. The Padres are hitting 180 average versus lefties over the last 5 games. The Phillies are hitting 295 average versus righties. So I think I'm just going to go Phillies first 5 money line. If it's tied after the first 5 innings, then it's just a push, right? So if the Phillies are leading after 5 innings, then this is a win. I also do think that the no-run first inning is in play here. I think potentially the Padres struggle. My only concern is if the Royal or the Phillies can get held down here. They're 14-13 to the no-run first inning. We've seen a run in the first inning against Joe Musgrove yesterday. Still was a fairly slow start, but that's my only concern is if Dylan Cease can hold the Phillies off. Let's see, where's the Padres? Why can't I find them in my list here? Padres, where are you? Yeah, Padres have been a yes run first inning team, allowing runs in the first inning. That's my only concern. So I just got to stick with the Phillies first 5. I could see the Padres winning this game, full game. Just I don't love this Phillies bullpen still, so I could see this starting slow, kind of getting going later on in the late innings, and then the Padres, getting some runs off the bullpen, winning it like 3-2 or something like that in the end, or I don't know. I could see it potentially being a lower scoring game, but I got to tell you. All right, next game up is Giants and the Pirates. Yesterday, I kind of passed on this game just because I was a little bit uncertain on it, and today I'm just going over it. The Pirates, again, their offense has been pretty non-existent. They're struggling to score runs. Now they face now you got lefty Martin Perez going against Jordan Hicks. The Pirates are hitting 192 average versus right-handed pitching the last 5 games. Giants hitting lefties 255, way better. And they get Martin Perez, not my favorite pitcher. He can get some strikeouts, but he also can get no strikeouts, and he can give up hard contact. Don't give him 1 home run this season, and he gets a fairly pitcher-friendly ballpark. But I think the Giants can play some small ball. Jordan Hicks didn't get any strikeouts his last outing, but it was against an Arizona team that doesn't really strike out a lot. Now you get Pittsburgh, who can strike out 30% of the time in one game. So I got to go with the Giants. I still don't love this Giants bullpen, but I don't love the fact that the Pirates are struggling offensively and are just struggling to hit righties in general. So got to go with the Giants in this one. Not my favorite one, but it just can't take the Pirates. I don't like Martin Perez. Now we go to Angels Stadium where the Angels host the Twins. Yesterday I linked to the Twins and took both teams to score 3 runs. Twins got it done. The 3 runs came in the 9th inning. Got lucky to get that one. Now the Twins are slight underdogs. Angels slight favorites. 2 righties going, Chris Paddock and Jose Soriano. Both pitchers can get some strikeouts. Soriano has yet to record a win. The Angels got shut out last time he went. He gave up 3 runs, no earned, but he had 3 walks and 7 strikeouts in 6 innings. 6 innings, that one. And then Chris Paddock, his last outing, 10 strikeouts versus the White Sox in 7 innings. But I mean, it's the White Sox, so you kind of got to take that with what it is. Both these teams can hit righties pretty well. I got to go back to both teams to score 3 runs in this one. I just think that's probably the best play to go with. We're seeing a total at 8.5. I think both teams get 3 runs again here. Maybe a little bit more exciting game than we seen yesterday. Yesterday, the wind was blowing out 20 miles an hour. It didn't matter. I think only 1 home run was hit in that whole game. Now we got 10-mile-an-hour winds blowing out. An evening game in Anaheim. I like the chances that we see a little bit more exciting game, but I'm gonna just take both teams to score 3 runs. I don't want to really lay juice with Soriano and the Twins to get the win, but I also don't like Paddock. I don't like his history. Again, Mike Trout, Taylor Ward, Logan O'Hoppe. Lots of these guys can hit righties well. Joe Adell can get on base and steal bases. So as far as the Twins versus righties, Ryan Jeffers, 3 home runs, batting .278. Edward Julian, I don't think he was in the lineup, or if he was, he didn't he might have pinch hit yesterday, but he has 6 home runs versus righties. Not the greatest average, about 200 average. Trevor Larnach, 2 home runs, batting 381. So both teams have Alex Kirilloff, 1 home run, batting 261. Both teams can hit righties. Still don't love this Angels bullpen either, but I'm just going to take the both teams to score because I cannot get to one side or the other. All right, final game up, Mariners hosting the D-backs. Look, I wasn't going to go over every single game today, but I just figured I'd give you a little bit of input, some data you guys can use. Going to the Mariners here, George Kirby going, and I think it is, I don't even know what this guy's name is, Sissoni. I can't remember how to pronounce this kid's name, but the young gun going for the D-backs. I don't know how deep he goes into this game, and I don't like the way the D-backs have been hitting righties lately. Let's see, where's their numbers? D-backs versus right-handed pitching over the last week, 195 average, 1 home run, 4 doubles, 8 runs. Like, that's not good numbers over the last week. Seattle batting 252, 7 home runs, 5 doubles, 25 RBIs. So they're actually getting runs. This Diamondbacks bullpen does not impress me. Give me the Mariners money line to wrap this game up, to wrap the evening out. I think the Mariners have a solid bullpen. George Kirby's pretty solid pitcher in my opinion. Like I said, this Arizona Diamondbacks bullpen is pretty horrendous. Seattle has won 7 of the last 10 meetings. They won yesterday 6-1. Arizona, I think, struggles here. George Kirby, 7 strikeouts in 5 innings his last outing. I mean, D-backs don't strike out a lot, but I think the Mariners give him some run support. I think he can pitch fairly well in this game, and I think the Mariners win. So give me the Mariners, close it out. All right, that's all I got for you guys. I know this video was long. I know it came out late, but I was trying to give you guys some updated information. Don't forget to drop your MLB picks in the comments. Like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content. Get excited. This Mexico City series should be interesting if you're watching today. Let's root for some runs. I'll probably put together a same-game parlay, a bunch of guys to hit some home runs, try to have some fun with it. Definitely going to be betting some home run pops in that one. So don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Drop your MLB picks in the comments below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.